Welcome everybody, this is Sicksinz Gaming here, and this video will be a review of Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD for the Nintendo Switch. Now, Square Enix released another game related to Final Fantasy 15. It originally came out on the mobile. I forgot how long ago it was, but I remember playing it on the mobile, the free version anyway, and they opted me to pay, I think it was $25 to $30, and I was like, no way, not for this. But they broke down the shrunk down version of Final Fantasy 15, or the cheapified version of it, onto now the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Now, in terms of the Xbox One and the PS4, I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't make any sense to put it on that system, well, I should say those systems. But with the Switch, I understand why would they do it, considering there's no version of that on the console yet. Alright, so Final Fantasy 15 Pocket HD takes the narrative and the main gameplay beats from Final Fantasy 15 and it condenses them down to their base components. Following Prince Noctis as he attempts to reach his brother and save his fallen kingdom, same thing as the original game. And the 15's open world becomes a series of small hubs with quests to complete and enemies to defeat. But whereas less noticeable on mobile, it's on console that they do tend to feel empty and disconnected. So while some aspects have suffered from the multiple transitions, the original game's often derided combat is definitely improved by playing with physical controls, and one of Pocket HD's strengths is the immediacy and to be familiar with the action-oriented combat from the main game. But it is a shame that there is just not enough of it though. As I was playing the game, it's not any real grind to it, and thanks to the overflowing forgiving difficulty level, which is pretty easy in other words, you begin to see the problems with this mobile game on the console, and that's the take I got from it. But in fairness though, I can't quite understand why would you pick this up for the PS4 or the Xbox One like I mentioned earlier, especially at this stage. It would cost way more to get this version than you would get the original, the main game itself, which is probably like $20 with all the DLCs. Alright? The only thing I can think of is two reasons though. Is one, this is targeting for a younger audience, and second, if you guys want to come back to the story in a different take, in a chibi-buy version of it, hey, have at it. But those are the only two reasons I would think why people would even play this on those type of consoles. But the game's adorable aesthetics and the pocket-sized protagonist almost makes me feel like it's a completely different game from a Final Fantasy standpoint, but it's shifting from the realism of the recent run from X onwards back to the more stylish turns of Crystal Chronicles or the other games, one of those the 3 rhythm games. So the thing also I take from it though, it is an art style that feels perfectly more at home on the Switch, and given the lack of the full fat version on Nintendo's console, it all feels like it belongs there opposed to the PS4 and the Xbox One. But now what doesn't quite sit right with me is the outlook in this and the serious tale for the cheapified version of this. Like, Noctis and his consistently chatty retinue has brought a ton of the dialogue with them from the main game onto the Pocket Edition. While it does a decent job of building up to the sense of brotherhood and friendship amongst the group, despite its current form, the new art style doesn't really help convey the game events, and it feels like they would have been better off just leaving this the spoken dialogue out of it, with just the old school text with the simplified characters models, just adding a touch more lightness to the proceedings. But the most disappointing though of anything of this would be the game's performance on the Switch. Like, it's pretty bad. On the mobile version, it had issues with frame rate, but I think countless of the updates they fixed that issue. But with the Switch, when you enter like those large areas, it's more detailed, it drops in frame rate pretty bad. It's really noticeable. Which alongside some pop-ins here and there, which diminishes the game's I guess it doesn't make any sense to me, at least on the Switch, that you have these type of issues, considering that it's not optimized properly, just the way I see it. It's not like, the thing is too, it's not like there's a lot of things going on in the game, so there's no reason for that to happen. I would understand if there's a lot of flashy things coming up and like multiple different enemies all at one point coming at one screen. It doesn't happen. So to be honest, I feel like Square Enix just rushed this out without little care. It's more like a straight port from the mobile version, just have hopes and dreams that it doesn't crash, pretty much. Now with the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, it's more of a bullet point RPG that just about gets away with a lot of its narrow focus thanks to the charm that it does have with these characters. It does have fun combat, and having been able to crib some of the original's great production values, mainly the epic soundtracks that it came from the main game. I wouldn't recommend this, to be honest, for the PS4 or the Xbox One, but for the Switch, for the price that I did get it for at its time was $17.99. Why not? You had extra money on the side, and you wanted to play something like this on the go, I would recommend it. But if went back on regular pricing, I think it's $29 or around $30. Again, I don't quote me on that. I wouldn't get it. That's just me. The score I would give this definitely would be, and I'm being nice about it, would be a 7 out of 10. If it was me, I would give it a 6 out of 10, but I would give it a 7 out of 10 just for the fact that it's on the Nintendo Switch. So here's the goods and the bads, pretty much. What's good is the action gameplay is as good as ever, and has a cool chibi art style to it. It feels perfectly at home with the Nintendo Switch, and the soundtrack is awesome. But now the bad. Being that with the chibi art style, it doesn't build the emotion ties to the main game. That's just my opinion. I mean, you guys can call me out on that if you play this. It's just how I feel about the game. It's noticeably small quest areas. It's not like, I know it's a pocket edition. I feel like it should have been a little bit bigger. And there's not enough combat, and the frame rate drops pretty bad on the Switch. And hopefully they'll send this update just to fix that. But other than that, that's pretty much it. This is my review on Final Fantasy 15 HD Pocket Edition. Let me know what you guys think of the review as well as the game in the comments below. Any suggestions for me to review any other games, let me know. And until next time, see you then, guys.